What's up, y'all? What else we got? Dude, that vocal sample's sick. I can dig it. Alright, what else we got? Dude, not a bad transition. Oh, hell yeah. I'm on a roll today. Wow, dude, that's such a nice melody. I think that's something I played, possibly. Let me check. Oh yeah, dude, Cool Proton, Envious Aura. These are all randomly named samples that I recorded in, I think. It's the bass. What is this one? Dude, this is such a nice melody. Dum, dum, dum. Dun dun dun. Dun. Oh, didn't do it right, but you know what I mean. Nice. So that's kind of the vibe today as well, because I wanted to revisit this workflow that I haven't done in a while. But first off, let me say what's up to everyone. What's going on? What's cracking? Happy 5th of July, if you indeed observe that. But yeah, I hope everyone's chilling. Having a nice 4th of July Independence Day weekend. I took yesterday off to celebrate America's birthday, but today we're back at it, so you know how we get down. And yeah, so today's session, got some pretty chill stuff lined up here, because, as I was mentioning before, I wanted to revisit this workflow, which is a lot of fun, which involves the Lo-Fi 12XT and the Dirtywave M8. And basically what I have here is the Lo-Fi. I'm just using it as a MIDI controller to trigger sounds from the VST. So lately I've been doing this using the Ableton Move. But I wanted to come back to this because this is how I kind of first discovered this sort of like, you know, live, or not live, but like looping type workflow where I record like parts that I play using the MIDI controller into the M8, and then I kind of chop those up and create a beat out of them. And I've been doing that on the Move a lot, but I wanted to come back to this because this is like kind of where I first learned how to do that. Anyways, so this thing, dude, click the button. Dude, we got the usual suspects here, dude. Reason, Analog Lab, all the rest of it. Can I click it? Open Sesame. And then on the M8, we listen. It doesn't sound like anything. Did I forget to unmute it? I did. Alright, so now listen. Whoa, bro. What is this stuff? Dude, why does it look so squished? Okay, here we go. So yeah, basically the idea is I play something with this, record it into the M8, and then the M8 I kind of chop it up, and then I can sequence it. So I'm creating my own samples, basically. But yeah, I like the keyboard on the M8. It's not really a keyboard. But yeah, I just really like these pads. They're like super small, so it's very easy to like play chords because everything is like so close. As opposed to the Move where it's a little more spread out. You don't have as many notes to access on this keyboard, but I think it gets the job done. There's like 15, which is like more than enough. It's like definitely a full octave, and then some, and some change. And then we also have some cool like what do you call it, root note and scale modes as well. On the lo-fi, you could do like, you know, E, B minor. Beautiful, lush. All right, so that's kind of the plan. So let's get started by doing the rhythm section on the M8, and then from there we can play in Ye Olde Melody. All right, Lo-Fi 12XT, go away. All right, so let's do new project here. See what we're working with. I want to do new. All right, and so yeah, the plan is to just create like kind of a rhythm section that I can then riff off of using this. So let's do that. We can start with, so the question is slice, drum break, or one shots? Let's do one shots. Why not? All right, let me find a nice snare. Let's go down to my 100 folders here. Dude, snare 120. That's a nice one. All right, lay it down. Not too loud. Okay. But you can hear there's a little bit going on at the end there. It kind of like tapers off and crackles a little bit. So we can use the envelope to clean it up. So we'll control the volume with the envelope, and then we'll just do the hold for like whatever, 2 ticks, and then bring the decay down to like, I don't know, 0A maybe. So it's a lot snappier. You hear the difference? So it kind of plays the whole thing. And then now it kind of just like, you get the snap and then that's it. Okay, next up, could probably do kick drum. So that's a nice one. And yeah, right now I'm just kind of assembling the kit. This is sort of a placeholder pattern. I'll do the micro timing in a little bit. All right. We got to make this kick louder though. Let's use the EQ for that. We can do the envelope on the kick as well. Nice and snappy. All right, so we got snare, kick. What's next? Hi-hats. You know, something like that. Not quite the vibe. Dude, my hi-hats suck. I gotta get some better ones. Dude, I hope I don't spend all stream obsessing over what hi-hat to pick. Like, what is this? I kind of like the sound of it, but it's got that, like, synth sound on it or whatever. Alright, I'm just going to pick this one. I think we can work with it. Not too bad. But let's do the hold, or envelope, I mean. Dude, the difference is night and day. There's some way too to like kind of create a LFO to control like the decay on it to maybe like kind of give it a more dynamic sound. I'm not that proficient of an M8 user, but I know the technology is there. I just need to figure it out. Maybe we could do degrade on this one. Okay, so I've got a basic kit, hi-hat, kick, snare. Now we want to do the micro timing, which I should probably do it on the hi-hat first. So let's do that. And we have the world famous MTT command. Micro tick timing is maybe what that stands for. So let's copy and paste that in. Whoops. And so yeah, basically what this lets me do is kind of move the notes off the grid to get that nice kind of swinging type pattern. Alright, so very simple. We're going to keep on rocking though. Probably some cool stuff we can do with the kick. Alright, so we've got numerous kick drums here on this pattern, and what we're going to do next is use the conditional trigs, which is also called, oh bro, it's been so long since I've done this, I can't even remember. It's the, not the chance, oh, the nth command. Boom. So this means it's going to play certain times. Every time it loops, it'll like make a decision about whether the note plays. So we can do only plays on the second time it loops, so like the second bar basically. And then there's another one for 1 and 3, which would be on the odd numbered bars. So this is really good for like the ghost notes. So it skipped it on the second and the fourth bar for 8-0. And then we could probably do on 2 for this one. And then micro timing on the snare is not essential, but it is fun. You could do some like very low kind of values here. Almost indistinguishable. All right. And so yeah, at this point, usually I'm thinking like, maybe a percussion type sound, shaker or something. We could also do an open hi-hat. We got options. Let's do open hi-hat. Like so. Not that one though. Bruh, are these all the same? Dude, I really gotta clean these files up. Okay. Bro, on the next page, it's like still the same. I don't know, maybe they're different samples. I'm not sure. Dude, that's a nice one. Okay, so where do I want it? Is the question. Whoops. Yeah, so I think I want it to be right before the second snare, which would be on step number A, or step letter A. I don't know. Okay, so let's do, I guess I'll copy this one. And then I'll put it right on the last one. Okay. And then you can, on the M8, if you highlight a certain section, so the highlight command is shift and then option, boom. This allows you to select certain portions. So if you highlight like a selection, you can hold shift and then press play, boom, boom, and then it'll just loop that part, which is very good for things like, you know, if you want to do a certain note in a certain part and you want to hear it over and over again and kind of shift it around. So for this example, I'm using the micro timing, or I want to adjust the micro timing. You could also adjust the pitch of it. Pretty good at the default pitch. All right, so that sounds pretty good. And then yeah, I was thinking like maybe percussion, maybe. What do we got? Oh, you know what? I should make the open hat quieter. Alright, that should be good. Okay. Percussion. Dude, some cowbells? I don't think so, but let's see. Just kidding. Dude, bongo maybe? Dude, that sounds tight, but I definitely need to do something else with it too. Oh, dude, this one sounds kind of chill. I don't know. Let's see if the bongo vibe plays out. 64 volume, that's what's up. Dude, Dimac. Dude, this guy knows what's up. You can always have more cowbells. More bells, please. Dude, you can always have more cowbells. Maybe not more cows or more bells, but cowbells together. It's the magic synergy. Alright, so there's something really fun you can do on the M8, which is slicing by start point. It's kind of the slang term for it, I guess. But essentially what you can do is you use the STA command. STA, where you at? Okay, the STA command. So this will basically pick a different point in the sample to start the playback. And you can kind of use it to sort of chop a sample in a sense that you can play the sample from different points, similar to using slice points to play it. So we could start the bongo. So it's kind of like a loop or full section of all these notes. So you can find these like super weird pockets, like almost just by putting like random values down, and you get this like really nice groove. It's very good for like longer samples where there's like a lot of different notes played, and you can kind of just build your own, rhythm by just like changing the start point. Sometimes it doesn't sound that good though. You gotta like really finesse the numbers. I don't know. This is the part where if you enjoy using like a step sequencer and really precisely dialing stuff in, then you're gonna have fun. But if you're more of like a kind of just finger drum it and tap it out, this might be a little bit too tedious for you. I enjoy it though. I think it's fun. Alright, so let me use my shortcut here to select this, play it. odd off timing. I like it. And so you can adjust the pitch too to get like even more unique like variations basically. And you can kind of just put notes wherever. It's like I feel like there's like unlimited possibilities. It's just a matter of like finding something that you think sounds cool. Okay, so let me do this. I'll do the pitch down on one of these. Okay. Lo-fi. It's like, why am I putting reverb on the bongo? I don't know. Okay, so I think we have a nice rhythm section, so we're good to transition to phase 2. It's not making any noise. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm ready to play the melody on this thing. So let's go ahead and do input, set to B0. Okay, where is the sound coming from? You might be wondering. So let's switch it up here. Boom. All right, so now that I have that rhythm section set up, now I can choose like a different instrument. So I've got Analog Lab here, which is by Arteria. There's a lot of cool presets in here and stuff. So yeah, the idea is to just like, you know, jam out on it. So let me see, dude, actually this E-piano sounds pretty dope. I can get down on that. Maybe, dude, we'll add some delay, really space it out. All right, delay. And if you want to space it out with delay, and you have reason, you can use the Ripley space delay. So intuitive. Oh yeah, and then what's, dude, did I not even change the tempo? Dude, I'm just at 90. Basic B style. All right, so I have to change the tempo in DAW. This affects the delay timing. 90. There we go. Dude, that already sounds dope. What do we got though? Dude, yeah, preset city over here. Chorus. All right, simple and spacious. I like it. And then let's cut back to the main screen here. So yeah, on Lo-Fi 12XT, you can set a root note and scale. So right now it's in minor, EB. But I could do Dorian F, dude, because I don't give a F. Dude, I love the root note and scale mode. You can be a total pleb like me and not know anything about music theory. And then still play really sick stuff. Okay, I think this one works. Dude, Dorian F. Make a note. Let it be known. Alright. Oh yeah, and I don't really need to dial in any more settings. Okay. So next up, what we're going to do is set up the M8 to capture the stuff that I play. So right now the M8 is listening to the Lo-Fi 12 XT. The main out of the XT is going to the line in of the M8. And then of course the Lo-Fi 12 XT is listening to the DAW. That's how you can hear when I press the notes, it's like capturing the audio essentially. Anyways, so what's important here is we need to set up a sampler instrument to be able to record what I'm playing in. So you go to record, and then everything looks good here as far as source goes. It's listening to the analog source, analog inputs I mean. But what I want to do is change the, oh, it's already changed. I must have done this earlier. So yeah, the arm needs to be 0, 0. I think by default it's usually 2, 0. This is basically controlling when the recording will start, and normally it starts when it reaches a certain threshold. So like when it hears a certain thing is when it starts recording, but we don't want that. We want it to record in sync with the pattern. So if you do 0, 0, basically when you press start, it's just going to start recording from that point. And then you can also adjust the song value. So normally this is set to no, I think. Yeah, so it's not going to play the song while the recording is active. But you can do song 0, 0, which I guess plays it on row 0. Yeah, okay. So yeah, song 0, 0, get back there. So this is going to trigger the recording in sync with the pattern, and it's going to start recording, and it's not going to wait for sound. Sounds kind of complicated, but basically it'll make it so that when I record something, I can just drop a note in the phrase and it'll play exactly in time. I don't have to like sync stuff manually or do anything crazy like that. Okay, I think a demonstration is in order. Dude, I don't even know what I want to play though. Let me try to jam out a little bit, pick some stuff I want to do. I think I'm just going to play random stuff. I think that's the fun part. So yeah, once I'm ready, I press start, and then this is going to do a count in, and then I just play stuff, and we'll see what happens after that. Alright, so I just basically played a bunch of random stuff. Like I didn't have a specific plan in mind, dude. And then I started playing those like do. Those things are pretty chill. We'll get to that part in a second. But yeah, so now what you want to do is with this style of workflow, basically we have the recording synced to the pattern. So if I were to just drop a note in the phrase, the keys that I played would be in time with the drums, which is good. But we want to go a step beyond that. And I want to be able to slice this sample in such a way where each slice corresponds to the start of a bar, because I was mostly just playing chords like at the beginning of the bar, like when the kick drum started, and then I would play a different chord like every bar. So every bar basically has like a different sound that I could use for the arrangement. So what you need to do is you need to make sure the recording is an exact length, which is very easy to do on the M8. You basically just highlight the select and then the second value. And if you hold Option and you press left or right, you can see at the bottom there's that text that says, it says 29 phrases 1 step, 29 phrases 0 steps, 28 phrases, etc. And you can also press down and up to do like bigger values. So this does it by 4 at a time. And I basically just want the recording to be an exact number of phrases or bars. So I want it to be, let's do 29, I guess. Crop it. So now that the recording is exactly 29 bars long, or 29 phrases, now I can use the slice command. And you do slice 29, so the same number as what I set the length to. And now each slice corresponds to the bar. So now what we can do nice. So everything's timed correctly. So now what I can do is give it a random name like Tranquil Wall. Beautiful. And then I need to save it. So let's go ahead and put it in. Dude, my folders are such a mess. All right, let's do new folder with today's date. 26 dash, what do we owe? 7. Oh man, I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Oh gosh. All right. And then dash 05. Excellent. And then now, to save it in here. All right, this is where the fun begins. So it's saved. Now what I can do is go to an empty phrase, so 50. Then, maybe I gotta turn it up a little bit. All right, so if you use the slice command, which is SLI till I die, so these correspond to all those slices we put in, and there's 29 of them. And so I can kind of just pick different slices to play. It doesn't have to play at the beginning of the bar, but that's where I'm choosing to put them. All right, I gotta pick the correct one here. try doing this ply command. So this command lets you reverse the playback of the sample. So it'll be playing in forward and then it goes backwards. And you can use this to kind of like end the chop early or sort of stop the chop from continuing to play what it's playing. And then let me try adjusting this one. Let's see. Because yeah, you can use the STA command to also move the start point within the slice, which is really cool. So let's do STA. Ended on a different one though. Maybe that one? Alright, so I think I'm going to put that reverse command, oh man, in phrase F52, I mean. So we can also end those notes prematurely so it doesn't play, because it seems like I was starting to play like another part and it got recorded or added to that bar. So this is where it kicks in. So I'll just put a reverse command there. What's going on with this one? There's like something slightly before the beginning of it. Oh, there we go. Dude, hell yeah. Alright. We got a nice little vibe here. And so again, that was just me like slicing up the recording of me just kind of playing random notes or whatever using the root note and scale mode. So big shout out to root note and scale mode. Alright. Dude, let's add some more layers. Whoa, dude. Sarah Union? Saranian? Dude, I might have said your name wrong. Sorry about that. Got the M8 2 days ago. Dude, today started scratching my head. That's what's up. Dude, do you have any questions? Is there something that's puzzling you that I could help with? Dude, let me know. Throw your questions in the chat and maybe I know enough to answer. Alright. So let's get another layer on this. I got this nice like E piano. What else can we do? Could probably do bass, or maybe another melodic layer. Okay, maybe not that. Dude, why does that sound kind of tight actually though? Sounds like a church organ. Dude, alright. I think we need to set up the ARP. Hold the phone here. Alright, so we have ways to do that on Yield, Lo-Fi 12XT. Check it out. So yeah, you can go to voice mode, ARP, set ARP to up. Okay, and it sounds like it's going very fast because the tempo is 120. Yuck. So let's do 90. Okay. Dude, I don't know, it's got a cool vibe. Gotta work on my technique there. Alright, so we've got ARP set up. Lovely. Hard to actually play it though because the timing, I feel like you have to press the keys the right time and then the timing can get kind of wonky. I'm sure I could get a good take in though. Alright, so let's try it out. Recording set to now. All right, one more time. All right, I think that last take was pretty good. So now we're going to adjust the length, set it to 9 phrases. I technically don't need the beginning either. I just want that last take, but we're going to keep it in there. And then I set it to 9 phrases, so I want to do slice 09. All right, random name. What are we getting here? What kind of vibes are we feeling? Dude, mauve spring? Yum. I don't even know. I don't know what mauve means. I'm going to have to look that up. Okay, save it. And then we got slice 09. So we can do some notes in the phrase here. All right, so the slices start at 0, but like I said, I just want that last take. So not 0, not 1, not 2, not 3. Start at 4. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, can we put some delay on it to make it even wackier? Let's see. I'd have to adjust the timing of it. Alright, we're chilling. Nice. Dude. Cheresker17 says, using the reverse command like that is a good idea. Dude, yeah, the reverse command's crazy. You can totally like ping pong samples in super crazy ways. So I definitely recommend messing around with it. It's great for sample chops. You can use it for just melodic samples too. Dude, plenty of possibilities. Alright, so yeah, this is a nice little layer here. What else we got? I gotta turn off the ARP though. Okay, enough of this sound. So yeah, probably a good opportunity to add some bass. So let's see what we got in the bass department here. It's like, hi, I'm looking for like a nice chill bass. Can you help me out, please? Bro. Not too bad. Alright, I think that works. So let's get it set up to record. so not that last take, but the one right before it I think is pretty good. So let's do exact length, 17 phrases. Crop it. And then I have to do slice 17. And yeah, I don't need all that stuff at the beginning, but I'll just keep it, because why not? Alright, this is looking pretty good. Peach sand. Sounds like a lovely beach. A lovely peach. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where it's supposed to start, but probably 08 maybe? Okay, we'll figure it out. All right. Oh, did I normalize it? I've forgotten to do that. Yeah, for like a bass instrument like this, probably good to just have it be as loud as possible, and then you can always scale it back in the sequence. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Dude, I just love listening to what it sounds like, that lo-fi effect. Sounds straight off the SP303, you know what I'm saying? It's got like a little bit of the aliasing artifact type stuff on it. So that's the crazy thing too, is that you can continue to do the sound design after you record the sample. So you can see I put like a low pass filter on it, added some degrade. There's plenty of stuff you can do. You can even add effects too. Probably not good for the bass, but for other layers, definitely. Getting like delay and stuff in. Alright, we got one more track. What else do we want to add? Like a pad or something. Some kind of nice like sustaining sound across it. Maybe not that. Maybe this. It's got like a lot of attack, so it takes a while to build up, but it kind of adds like an interesting sort of level to the melody. Maybe? think we could do better. Maybe I just want some strings on here. Maybe I need to get out of the pad department. Strings, what do we got? Yo, I think that does the trick. I'll probably make it a lot quieter in the final mix, but for now we can just record it in. Okie dokie. Nice, definitely got a good take there. 9 phrases. And then we'll slice your 9. No, not 8. Boom. And yeah, I think again in the mix, bringing it down, make it sound nice and subtle. It's going to be the play. Dude, maybe I'll put some shimmer reverb on there. See what that sounds like. Okay. SLI. flutter. It already kind of has its own flutter though. Alright, so we're chill off that. You gotta try it out. Okay. Alright, so we've got all the pieces assembled. So the rhythm section is track 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have the melodics on 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5 is the E piano. 6 is the like arpeggiator thing that I did. Dude, sounds dope. 7 is the bass. And then 8 is the string. Cool. So let's go ahead and, so a couple housekeeping things. First things first, I want to make sure everything is 4 phrases long. Bing, bang, boom. Already done. Easy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the song row and paste it 4 times. And then from here, I want to bring in layers one at a time. So I'm going to create this empty phrase or empty chain. So it's a chain that has 4 phrases that just don't have anything on them. And this will basically make it so the playhead moves in time with the sequence. So let me move the bass too, actually. So yeah, I think I want the E piano and the bass to just start off. And then we can bring in the string should come in last. So then we'll bring in the arp. Then we'll bring in the strings. What does this sound like? Not too bad. Dude, Ingham Dose Tart. Appreciate that, bro. Thanks for saying that. Dude, Milky Milky 101, what's up, bro? Dude, I missed out on your chat. Welcome. I hope you're chilling. Oh yeah, and then... But wait, there's more. Dude, we got OTT, bro. So if you're not familiar, the OTT, which stands for over the top, and that's how it sounds. You're going to find out how over the top it is very quickly. So we can add this compression that can basically just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It kind of sounds like the 303 vinyl sim, if you're familiar. So let's check it out. Whoa. nostalgic, dude. It's kind of an old school vibe. Yo! Dude, hell yeah. Alright, let me save this. In progress. Wow, I'm really vibing on this. Dude. Alright, kind of an abrupt ending there. Sorry about that. No grace involved there. Yeah. Dude, I gotta stop listening to that before I start rapping on it. Okay. Dude, next up, we got... Let's do one more. That was fun. Dude, wait. Come on. Unsaved changes? Dude, didn't I... You just saw me save it. Save it again, I guess. Alright, next up. What are we gonna do? Let's do... So I did one-shots for the rhythm section on the last one, so let's do a slice drum break. Switch it up a little bit. What do we got here? Yo, dude, Gar Magni. Dude, yeah, that bass line, dude, nice and simple. Nothing complicated there. And what's up, bro? Welcome. All right. Let's see. Slice drum breaks. Sample drums. Breaks. Dude, do 160 BPM? Not today, my friends. Okay. So the last beat was 90 BPM because I forgot to change the default tempo. Happens to the best of us. Let's do something nice and slow. Like 80 something. Okay. Dude, I can get down on that. That's what's up. So allegedly this is 83 BPM. So let's change the tempo. 83, da-da-dee. Checks out. Alright, so let's do that slice by start point thing that I was talking about earlier, because I do not feel like going through and adding the slice points. So we're going to put some notes down. And then we're going to add the STA command. STA, hallowed be thy name. Boom. And then now we can pick different points in the drum break for it to play. Whoa, dude. Nice fill there. Alright, we're going to pepper that in, but it's not going to show up in the second one. Alrighty. What do we got here? I don't know, it feels kind of lazy for me to just do this, but it sounds kind of sick. right. You don't need to over-engineer the drum break. Sometimes it just sounds dope, and then you can put whatever else on it. All right, dude, we're chilling. Some milk and cookies, dude. Getting me hungry, Carmagni. I'm probably gonna eat some pizza later. Okay. Dude, I don't even know what else I want to do here. I think we're ready to get to the melody. Holy crap. Dude, slice drum breaks. Those are much quicker than the one-shots. All right, so let's go ahead and do some setup here. So I need to do sampler. Everything's set on the sampler page, so that's good. And then I also need to change the input so that we're listening to the audio that's coming from the Lo-Fi 12 XT. So I'm going to set it to B0. These are those strings from the last beat. It's just so angelic and lovely. And we're totally going to pick something else to jam on. Okay. Yeah, so now we can go shopping and see if we can find some good stuff. Oh yeah, I should change the root note and scale as well. Let me do that real quick. On today's episode of what root note and scale should we use? What do we got? So we were in Dorian F. If you recall, it's because I don't give a F. I don't know what else to do here. Mixolydian, penta, diminished, blues. Let's just do minor, keep it nice and simple. Where you at? Dude, minor dB? Sounds like a #1 record, dude. Okay, anyways. So yeah, we can do minor dB. I'm into that. Okay. Back to preset city. What do we got here? What's on sale? So I did E-piano last time. Maybe there's some cool keys. See what we can find. Ooh, that's a nice chord. I think we can do better. Bell type sound. Interesting. I'm looking for something like ethereal and like super, a little more chill than some of this stuff. I don't know. Maybe. It's not enough on its own. I think we can make this work. This is not really the tone that I would normally select, but I think it'll be fun to work with. Alright, I think I could probably just jam on it, come up with something chill. Okay, let's do that. And we are all ready to go. Okie doke. Alright, there's got to be something usable in that, however long it took me to record that. Okay, so let's do 25 phrases. Then we got a slice 25. Random name. Oh, dude. Cool echelon. That's what's up. Oh, yeah. Let me do this. Alright, slice 25. And so now each of these corresponds to like whatever, beginning of each bar, which is when I was basically playing the different like chords and stuff. Try to get some kind of unique ones in there. Sort of, the vibe here is kind of like the hero triumphing over evil, but hopefully I got some like kind of wacky ones in there. Okay. Save it. Oh, shoot. Dude, I saved it into my breaks folder. Dude, whoops. Whoopsie doodle. Okay, gotta do test folder. Today's date is the... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, here it is. 2607. Do it. Alright, I'm gonna have to delete that other one eventually. Maybe I'll do it right now. Nope, I'll do it later. Okay, so let's do blank phrase here. SLI command. Alright, where are the cool chords that I played? Dude, I could just play one slice chromatically. That sounds kind of tight. Let's just hear it though. So you got a chill little melody there. It's just moody enough for me. All right. Dude, Carmagnon, walking to a day party rave right now? Dude, hell yeah, bro. Dude, that's what's up. Stay safe, dude, and have fun. Yeah, Milky 101, the random names are fun. Dude, it comes up with really wacky stuff too. I mean, echelon is a cool word, that's for sure. Dude, let me show you what other flavors of funky words it comes up with. So let's say I wanted to load up some of my past sessions, dude. What's in here? We've got Regal Kawaka, or Quokka, I don't even know. Atomic Screen, Olive Abyss, Plastic Diode, and then I guess I named this one Plastic Diode 2. The sequel to Plastic Diode. Dude, Little Storm, Demi Grounds, Amber Turnip, dude, Vintage Lava, that sounds pretty tight. Ivory Yarn, Spacey Rocket, that's good synergy there. And then Ivory Yarn 1, just like a copy probably. So yeah, dude, it has a lot of fun coming up with names, and I enjoy reading them and pretending like they have significance when they really don't. Dude, Amaru's Bana Chaka Dorian 1301. Dude, what's up, bro? So your question is, do you prefer making beats in Ableton Move or M8? Thank you. Dude, that's a good question. I think probably M8, to be honest with you. The Move's tight though. And yeah, I feel like there's different kind of vibes when you use different samplers for sure. The M8 though is like definitely kind of my go-to device. It's like pretty much mainly what I use. And the Move's cool too, but yeah, the M8 is probably what I would pick. However, the M8 does not have an easy way to kind of like chop samples, or you can chop samples, but you can't really play them like using pads. You can set up a MIDI controller to do that, but it's kind of annoying. Whereas the Ableton Move, it's like many other groove boxes where you can kind of just tap stuff in. So if I've got a sample that I really feel like I want to play expressively, like I'll probably select the Move to do that. But as far as like, you know, making beats on the go or just kind of like messing around with stuff, like the M8 is definitely my like go-to device because you can do so much with it, and it's like super duper small too. So yeah, it kind of just depends on like what I'm feeling. But I wouldn't say that I pick M8 because it's like better than Move. I think it's all just different. There's not really like one perfect sampler. It's more about just finding like, you know, what vibes with you and like what you like doing and stuff. All right, what are we doing here? I think I'm going to try and add another layer here. Okay, so what do we got? Nope. we got a nice vibe here. Let's record it while I still remember what I'm playing. Alright, that last take, I think that was the one. So let's crop it, chop it, and drop it in the phrase. Okay, so we gotta do slice 17 phrases. And then, I don't think I need to normalize it, it'll be fine. Massive panda. Whoa, dude, that's what's up. Alright, so we'll save that to... Dude, I gotta put it in the right folder. I'm getting all discombobulated here. Dude, yeah, no problem, man. That's a great question, so thank you for asking. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Really do gotta turn it up, though. Maybe I should have normalized it. I don't know. STA, or no, SLI. Alright, so there's 17 slices, so 17 is the last one. So if you work backwards, if I do 4 back from the last one, that should play the last take. What? Maybe I did it wrong. Dude, hell yeah. Nice vibe. Forgot to put it on the big screen, my bad. The shimmer sound like? Alright, we'll keep it on there. I'm like, I can never tell if the shimmer is just too much or if it's just enough. So we're gonna pretend like it's just enough and vibe with it. All right, what else we got? Dude. So Amaru says, is there an undo command on the M8? Dude, there is not. You can tell the real estate's quite limited, and the buttons do not do undo. There are certain actions that you can undo, but for the most part, instead of undoing, you're supposed to be like saving frequently, and then if you mess up, then you just load your previous pattern. So yeah, there's definitely not like a undo all type situation where it's like kind of keeping track of everything you're doing and then can undo it. There's supposed to be some other way to do an undo sort of workaround involving a snapshot of the song. I forget what the shortcut is for it though. But the snapshot is also like a temporary like sort of save of everything that you've done. So you can like try doing takes, and then if you mess it up, you can just restore the snapshot if you're saving snapshots frequently. Maybe it's like Shift an option. Okay. So that said stored song snapshot. So then let's just put like the DJ filter on it, I guess. And so I can return the snapshot by doing Shift and Edit. Wow. So yeah, that's kind of like another way to undo stuff, is basically if I was starting to do a pattern where I knew that I could mess up the take and I wanted to revert it, you go to the mixer page and then you do Shift Option, store the snapshot, and then from here I can like, noodle around or do whatever I want to do. And if I don't get the take right, I think you have to come back here to the mixer page. I don't think you can restore the snapshot from any other page. So I could be like trying to do my take or whatever, mess it up, and then I come back here and I go Shift Edit. Boom. And so it recalls the snapshot, and then you're back where you started. It's not too bad. Just be careful with that, because if you have not stored a snapshot and then you press Shift Edit, it might just, I don't know, delete everything you have. I'm not sure. I'll have to experiment with that and see what it does. Okay. Okay, so let's do another layer here. Yeah, man, no problem. Dude, I love me some female vocalist type stuff. This one sounds pretty chill. I don't know if it's a perfect match for what we got going on though. Alright, what else we got? Some bass on it, like a nice sub bass. Because yeah, that first instrument that I added, it does kind of have like the bass quality to it, but I might be able to put something like even deeper, like underneath the pattern. that works. Let's try that out. Now we just gotta chop it up. Let's do 9 phrases. Slice 09. Dude, calm milk? Yum. Whoa, dude, it normalized it. Woof. Dude, look at that waveform. Beefy. Bass. Alright. So let's do... Oh. So it's kind of wonky because when I was playing the bass, like I didn't play the first note until, I guess, what would be step 4. So it was on the quarter note, first quarter note. So I'm going to do a little bit of trickery here. We're going to do STA. So basically I'm going to put the slice later, and then I'm going to have to start a little bit later too. I gotta turn it down too, or maybe filter it. Sub bass layer in there. What else we got? What is this? Alright, definitely not the vibe. Moving on with our lives. that sounds kind of chill. I don't know. Probably won't be able to play it well, but maybe. Dude, whatever. Let's record it in. That was actually pretty fun to play. Let's see if I can do it right. Let's see. Alright, maybe something usable in there. Maybe. It's kind of similar to what I did last time with the ARP, except this time I played it by hand. Dude, Peach Square? Yum. How long is this? 13. Oh. Alright, save it. Dude, is it going to normalize it? No, it didn't. Nice. Yeah, because I want this pretty low in the mix, so I think we're good there. Yeah, it kind of took me a while to get the timing right, so we're going to have to scrub a dub here. Mad up, dude. FM guitar. Let's record it in and then see what happens next. That last one, dude, if anything's gonna work, it's got to be the last one. So let's crop it. And yeah, I really don't need all this junk at the beginning. So we're gonna do 5 phrases. Let me see what that sounds like. Whoa, bro. Hold the phone here. All right, let me crop the 29 first, and then I'll do the beginning crop. Dude, Preston Dennis says, how much is one of these? Dude, that's a good question. I'd have to check the website for the going rate. I think $650 maybe. But yeah, if you look up Dirtywave M8, you can see the price on their official website. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 650 or maybe 700. It might have gone up because of like tariffs and whatnot. I've had mine for a couple of years, so I think that's how much I paid. It was $650. Yep. All right, let's crop this thing in. We're gonna do 5. Nice, okay. I think we're pretty good there. Then I got a slice 05. Random name. Silly Frog. Dude, that's what's up. And then yeah, I love me some FM guitar. Sounds beautiful. Okay. SLI. So it's a little subtle, but it's there. And then you could always just dump it in the delay. Sounds pretty chill. Dude, heck yeah. Alright, so now I'm ready to do some arranging. And I want to bring in the layers one at a time, just like last time. What is this? Is this the bass? No, that's that ARP. Oh, this is the bass? Okay. Mysterious, dude. Oh yeah, and then we got OTT. I always forget about OTT. OTT, where we at? Dude, it sounds crazy, bro. And that's only at 3/4. Like, you can crank it further. Get a little color on it. So Amaru says, what is time in OTT? Dude, I wish I knew what kind of like technical stuff is going on with these parameters. The time, I think, is how quickly the OTT compressor like clamps down on the sound. I don't know. I'll change it and then you can tell me if you hear the difference. That's maxed out. All the way at the bottom. So it seems like if you increase it, it's like more quickly, like not letting those like kind of crazy textures sort of build up. It's like, I don't know, compressing them immediately instead of like letting them kind of, yeah, like, because when it's at the bottom, you can really hear those sounds kind of come through. Like, it kind of sounds like a hissing almost. I kind of want some of that because it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking it is. And then color, I think this has something to do with like whether it's like a certain frequency band that gets like increased in volume or something. So you can really amp up the high end if you have this value above 100% or above 0%, so in the positive. And then if you bring it down to the negative is when it's maybe amplifying some of the lower frequencies. This is where you can really hear that like hissing sound. I can definitely like do interesting stuff to like the rhythm section. Yeah, like do things to the hi-hat, like Milky Milky 101 saying. Yeah, OTT's fun. It's definitely, and they added it very recently. I think, yeah, it was like firmware 6.0 that they added it, which was like maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago, maybe last year. But yeah, pretty recent as far as like, yeah, stuff that they've added. Pretty chill. Two sick beats, dude. Yeah, this workflow is so much fun. I forget how much I enjoy it. Because I've been trying to use like the Ableton Move as kind of like a, you know, multi-track recorder where I'm just like playing stuff and then I turn it into a sample and I try to chop it up or whatever. But I don't know, the Move just does not do it as well as the M8 does. Like the thing that makes the M8 way easier to do this workflow is the fact that you can really dial in like where you want the start points so that it chops it correctly. You can record like as much as you want, and then you just have to make sure that you set the slice markers to the correct number based on how many bars you recorded. So I think on the Move you can only record like 16 bars, but with this I could record for like whatever. I could jam for 2 minutes if I wanted to, and then I just have to make sure the length is correct so I can slice it. And then when it comes to sequencing it, you have like a ton of options. Like at the beginning, I came up with this kind of simple, oh, whoops. But that's only using 4 or 5 of the slices, and there were, I don't even know, maybe like 20 or something. There were 23. So yeah, I don't know. It's way easier for me to like, yeah, use this to record like a bunch of just me noodling around or whatever, and then chop it up and turn it into, you know, a sequence that I put drums on and do the rest of it. So I don't know. I feel like M8 has a really good like multi-track type workflow if you've got the extra MIDI controller, because that's what it doesn't have is like the pads for you to like play stuff expressively. But if you've got friends that can plug in, boom, you're off to the races. So yeah, pretty chill M8 session, dude. Probably gonna end up doing more of these, to be honest with you, because I really like making beats like this. Actually, let's listen to the other one I made too. To close this out here, this was the first one. Dude, hell yeah, bro. Delay on the E piano. I've been feeling the ARP these days. I don't know if you can tell. Boom. Dude, this one's so sick. All right. All right, there is actually something I want to fix before I sign off here. So when this slice plays, it kind of like, I want to add some attack so it sort of fades in instead of it kind of just playing immediately like it does. So let's do that. So I need to add the envelope right here. Control the volume, and then I'll do ADSR. And then max out the decay, sustain, and release so it plays all the way through. But then I can add the attack and kind of smooth fade it in. Alright, so that should sound more natural, so let's hear that. And then it's going to come in right here. Save that. Yeah, the string is a nice layer there. Yeah, that's what's fun about doing like your entire composition. I feel like when you're working with samples, sometimes there's already a lot going on in the sample, so it's kind of hard to like add different layers. But if you're building a composition from the ground up, you can kind of just add whatever you want. So the strings fit very well. I kind of like heard them in my head, and then I was like, let me see if I can find a preset that kind of matches the vibe. And here we are. Love me a good filter sweep. All right, I think that's going to do it for this session. So let me take a look at the chat here and see who we got. Give some shout outs to my good people. Dude, because I appreciate everyone tuning in. So who we got, dude? DMAC, number one chatter number one here. Dude, DMAC, shout out to you. Serranian, shout out to you. Dude, got the M8 2 days ago. That's what's up, dude. Welcome to the club. Cherusker, 17, shout out to you. Dude, Milky 101, of course. Big shout outs. Ingham's Dotart, dude, thanks for tuning in. Dude, Gar Magni, dude, have fun at that rave, bro. Shout out to you. Who else we got, dude? Amaru, dude, shout out to you. Thanks for asking all those cool questions. And to anyone else in the chat, oh, Preston Dennis, dude, shout out to you as well. Yeah, and anyone else in the chat, dude, appreciate you tuning in, checking it out. Hope to see you on the next one. But until then, peace.